Okay, let's dive in. Here's something that kind of stopped me in my tracks. Life expectancy is up, generally speaking,
Hmm.
but most seniors still don't actually make it to 85. Why is that?
Yeah, it really makes you think, doesn't it? You'd assume with modern medicine, well, that age would be more common. But the source we're looking at today, it offers a pretty interesting take.
It really does. We're digging into insights from a YouTube transcript called Why Most Seniors Don't Make It to 85, Six Hidden Mistakes That Slowly K1LL. Quite the title.
Yeah, a bit dramatic, maybe, but the core idea is compelling.
Right. It suggests it's often not just, your genes or plain bad luck. It's these hidden mistakes, things people might be doing every day, totally unaware, that cause this sort of silent damage.
Exactly. The video really emphasizes that these aren't usually like sudden massive health events. It's the small stuff, the little errors compounding over time, quietly wearing things down from the inside.
So, our mission today is to pull out the key insights, the really surprising bits from this video. We want to help you understand what these mistakes are, according to the source, and maybe more importantly, what concrete steps it suggests you can actually take.
Yeah, practical takeaways. We'll go through the 6 main mistakes the video identifies, touch on the research it mentions, and look at the real-life stories it shares to make it all feel a bit more tangible.
Okay, sounds good. Let's jump right into the first one they flag. What is it?
The first big one is chronic dehydration, especially for folks, say, over 65.
And this is where it gets wild. The video says even mild dehydration, like not feeling super thirsty, but just being a bit low on fluids consistently. After 65, it's not just uncomfortable, it's genuinely dangerous.
Right. It actually cites geriatric specialists from Johns Hopkins warning that this chronic low-level dehydration can speed up the aging process by, get this, up to 30%.
30%.
Yeah.
That's massive, just from not drinking enough water.
Apparently so. And the source claims this silent damage can cause real irreversible problems with your kidneys, your heart, even brain function. Because when you're low on water, your blood literally gets thicker.
Right.
Organs don't get what they need as easily, and the video suggests they just deteriorate faster.
Okay, but here's the sneaky part, right? You often don't feel thirsty until you're already way past the point of mild dehydration.
Exactly. The video makes a key point that our sense of thirst actually dials down as we age. So it's really easy to slip into this dehydrated state without even realizing it. You're just not getting this signal.
Wow. They share an example, don't they? Dorothy.
Yeah, Dorothy, 72. The video says she never really felt thirsty, blood pressure was fine, then bam, a severe stroke. And her neurologist, according to the transcript, linked it back to severe cellular dehydration that had been thickening her blood for years.
Cellular dehydration, so right down at the cell level.
Yeah, the video uses this phrase like her cells were shriveling from the inside, and she has 0 warning signs because that thirst signal just wasn't there for her.
That's genuinely scary. So, all right, if you can't trust your thirst, what's the fix? What does the video suggest?
They call it the SIP system. It's pretty simple, really, but needs conscious effort. Basically, keep water nearby all the time.
Like always within arm's reach.
Yeah, bedside table next to your chair on the
Okay.
kitchen counter. The absolute key is don't wait until you feel thirsty. Just take sips throughout the day. Aim for maybe 6 to 8 glasses total.
Okay.
And another tip they give, check your urine color. It should be light yellow. If it's dark,
Mm-hmm.
that's a sign you're already pretty dehydrated, according to the video. It's just a way to bypass that unreliable thirst feeling.
Makes sense. Simple, but probably really effective if you stick to it. Okay, let's shift gears. Mistake number 2. This one surprised me. Silent inflammation from, everyday foods.
Yeah, this one definitely pushes back against some common ideas about what's healthy, doesn't it?
Hmm.
The source claims certain foods, really common ones, can cause this dangerous inflammation inside your arteries and organs.
But without obvious symptoms.
Exactly. That's why they call it silent inflammation.
Yeah.
It's doing damage internally, but you don't necessarily feel it day to day. It's not like indigestion or an immediate reaction.
Does it cite any science on this?
It mentions research from Harvard Medical School suggesting that certain foods really do trigger this system-wide inflammation, particularly after 65, and that this speeds up cellular aging and organ problems.
And there's nuance here too, right, about how aging changes things.
Yes, it brings in a Dr. Elizabeth Corson, who apparently notes that how your body reacts inflammatorily to certain foods can really change as you get older. So something you handled fine in your 40s might actually become a problem, an inflammatory trigger, in your 70s.
That's interesting. Okay, give us the example. Timothy.
Timothy, yeah, 77. He sounds like he was doing all the right things, exercise, thought his diet was good. Whole wheat bread, vegetable oils, some dye foods.
The usual suspects for a healthy diet, kind of.
Right. But then, sudden heart failure. And his cardiologist, the video says, traced it back to years of this low-grade, food-driven inflammation just chronically irritating his arteries. Those supposedly healthy choices were part of the problem.
Wow. Okay, so if those common foods are potentially problematic, what's the solution offered? What do they say to swap out?
It's pretty direct. Cut out white flour products. So most typical breads, pastas, also processed vegetable oils like corn oil, canola, soybean oil, and artificial sweeteners.
And replace them with?
Whole grain options instead of white flour. Olive oil instead of those processed oils. And for sweeteners, maybe just small amounts of natural ones like honey, used sparingly. The claim is pretty bold.
Yeah.
They say making these swaps could slash internal inflammation by up to 60% in just a matter of weeks.
60%, just from changing oils and bread. That's,
Oh.
well, that's a powerful claim from the source. Okay, moving on. Mistake number 3. This one also feels counterintuitive. Doing the wrong type of exercise.
Yeah, this is another surprising one. The argument presented is that the kind of exercise many seniors naturally lean towards, like, gentle walking. It might not just be ineffective for anti-aging, it might actually not be preventing the decline they hope it is, or could potentially stress things in the wrong way.
Wait, walking could be bad. That goes against pretty much everything we hear. How do they explain that?
Well, they reference longevity researchers at the Mayo Clinic. Their findings, according to the video, suggest that after 65, these lower intensity exercises, like just walking, they provide minimal benefit for the specific needs of the aging body, and could even put stress on aging joints without actually building the protective stuff you need, like muscle.
Okay, so if just walking isn't cutting it, what does the body need then, according to this source?
It brings in an exercise physiologist, Dr. Jonathan Hayes. He explains that after 65, your body needs a really specific kind of signal, a stimulus, to hang on to muscle mass and keep cells healthy. And traditional cardio, like those long walks, just doesn't provide that specific signal effectively. Well, faster muscle loss, metabolism slows down, and basically accelerated cellular aging, the very things you're trying to prevent.
And the example here is Patricia.
Patricia, right. 75 years old, walked 2 miles religiously every single day for years. Thought she was doing great. But she was apparently shocked when her doctor said her muscle mass looked more like someone 10 years older.
Wow, despite all that effort.
Yeah, her body was deteriorating faster than expected until she changed the type of exercise she was doing.
Okay, so what's the recommended type then? What's the alternative?
The video suggests a short, targeted routine. A 10-minute, strength-based sequence they call cellular renewal, just 3 times a week. The key is focusing on resistance, not endurance.
Resistance?
Yeah.
Like lifting heavy weights. That sounds daunting for some seniors.
No, not necessarily heavy weights at all. It's more about using your own body weight or maybe light resistance bands. Think really simple stuff. Wall push-ups, chair squats, literally just standing up and sitting down from a sturdy chair. Controlled or some gentle pulls with a resistance band for your arms.
And how do you do them? Fast? Lots of reps?
Nope, the opposite. Slowly. Focus on good form, maybe 10 to 12 repetitions. Quality over quantity.
Okay.
And the claim is this specific type of focused resistance activity triggers protective hormones, hormones that actively slow down cellular aging in a way that just walking by itself can't. It's about sending the right message to your cells, basically.
Interesting. Targeted, short bursts of specific effort.
Okay, let's tackle number 4. This sounds worrying. Health treatment-related nutrient depletion, like the stuff meant to help you, could be hurting you.
That's exactly the hidden danger this point raises. The video warns that some really common medical treatments and medications that seniors rely on can, kind of as a side effect, deplete the body of vital nutrients, nutrients you absolutely need for survival and health.
Right.
And crucially, it suggests this risk is often missed or not really talked about enough.
Is there science behind this? The video mentions the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. Research published there apparently shows that, yeah, various treatments often prescribed to older adults can lead to significant deficiencies in key vitamins and minerals.
And those deficiencies aren't trivial.
Not according to the source. They can lead to faster cognitive decline, damage to organs. The video describes it like specific treatments drain specific nutrients, creating this dangerous domino effect because, your body needs that nutrient for multiple things.
Okay, let's make it real. The example of Robert.
Robert, 76. He was apparently very careful about following his doctor's orders, taking his prescribed treatments. But he had no idea these treatments were severely depleting nutrients essential for his heart function.
And the result.
His energy levels plummeted, his memory started failing, and his heart function actually got worse, reaching dangerous levels. The video really captures his feeling that the treatments he thought were helping him were somehow making things worse.
Right. That's a terrible feeling. So this is a really tricky one. You can't just stop taking medication your doctor prescribed. So what is the approach the video recommends?
Yeah, it's super clear on this. You never, ever stop a prescribed treatment without talking to your doctor.
Hmm.
Absolutely not. The key thing it emphasizes is being proactive.
How so?
You need to specifically ask your doctor, could any of my medications or treatments potentially deplete certain nutrients? And if so, what should we do about it? Are supplements needed? It's about opening that conversation.
So advocating for yourself and asking the right questions. What about diet?
Definitely. Beyond potential supplements, the video stresses focusing hard on nutrient-dense foods. Fill your plate with colorful veggies, good quality protein, healthy fats. Basically, try to get a wide range of nutrients directly from your food.
Makes sense.
And maybe, again, after talking with your doctor or healthcare provider, consider a good quality multivitamin specifically designed for seniors as, like, a safety net. But the main point is awareness and that crucial doctor-patient conversation.
Got it. Okay, number 5. This is about sleep, but with a twist. It's not just about how long you sleep, but the quality.
Exactly. This one really highlights something often overlooked. The video's argument is stark. Getting, say, 8 hours of sleep might still be wrecking your health if the quality of that sleep is garbage.
Wrecking your health. That sounds strong. What kind of damage are we talking about?
Well, the video gets pretty specific and, frankly, alarming. It cites sleep specialists at Stanford University who warn that consistently poor quality sleep, even if you're in bed for 8 hours, can cause brain damage, equivalent to aging your brain an extra 3 to 5 years per year after age 65.
Wow, 3 to 5 years of extra brain aging every year just from bad sleep quality. That's terrifying.
It is, and the video explains why. Those deep, really restorative stages of sleep naturally tend to decrease as we get older. But many seniors, it suggests, just focus on the clock, did I get my 8 hours? And not on things they can do to improve the depth and quality of the sleep they're getting.
And without that deep sleep.
Your brain and body can't do their essential overnight repairs. They can't clear out waste products effectively. They can't consolidate memories properly. They can't fix cellular damage. So the aging process effectively speeds up.
The example was Evelyn, right?
Evelyn, 69. She was clocking 8 hours in bed every night, religiously. But she woke up feeling exhausted, foggy. Then she started having memory lapses. A sleep specialist eventually found she was getting almost no deep restorative sleep, even though she was technically asleep for 8 hours.
So the time in bed was useless, almost.
Well, not useless, but critically inefficient. That lack of quality was causing rapid brain aging, the video claims. She thought she was doing the right thing by getting enough hours, but the silent damage was happening anyway.
Okay, so how do you fix quality? What does the video suggest for that?
It recommends a simple, consistent 30-minute pre-sleep ritual every night. Just a few key things.
Like what?
First, cut out all blue light for at least 30 minutes before bed. No phones, no tablets, no TV right up until you close your eyes. Give your brain a chance to wind down.
Okay, that's standard advice, but probably hard for many. What else?
Second, bedroom temperature. Keep it cool around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 18 to 20 Celsius. Research apparently shows this cooler range helps promote deeper sleep stages.
Interesting. Keep going.
Third, stop drinking fluids about 90 minutes before bed. Pretty straightforward, helps minimize waking up to go to the bathroom.
Right.
And fourth, a physical tip. If you sleep on your side, try putting a pillow between your knees. Helps align your spine, can improve breathing efficiency, which also helps sleep quality.
So blue light, cool room, stop fluids early, maybe a pillow tweak. Simple stuff.
Relatively simple, yeah. And the video claims that sticking to these consistently can boost your deep sleep time by up to 40%.
40% more deep sleep. That would make a huge difference in how you feel and function, presumably.
Absolutely. It really drives home that it's not just about duration, it's about making that sleep time actually work for your body's repair processes.
Okay, final one. Mistake number 6. This feels different. It's about social isolation.
Yeah, and the claim here is really striking. The video asserts that even what seems like mild social isolation, not being totally alone, but just not having a lot of regular deep connection, can be incredibly damaging to senior health, potentially shortening lifespan more than smoking or obesity.
Whoa, wait. More than smoking? That's a huge claim. How could that be?
It's meant to shock you into paying attention, I think. The mechanism described links back to biology. The video cites studies from the National Institute on Aging, suggesting that when you lack regular, meaningful social interaction, it actually triggers your body's chronic stress response.
Like fight or flight, but low level all the time.
Kind of. It leads to the release of stress hormones like cortisol, and over the long term, elevated cortisol and the inflammation that comes with it can damage vital organs, accelerate cellular aging. It's a physical response to a social condition.
Hmm. And the video mentions a gerontologist.
Dr. Sarah Mitchell. Her point, as presented, is that many seniors don't even realize they are isolated in a way that's harmful. They might have some contact calls, occasional coffee, but she suggests the research is clear. Without regular and meaningful connection, the body keeps pumping out these stress chemicals, these inflammatory compounds, that literally wear it down faster.
So it's not just about feeling lonely, it's about a physiological impact.
Exactly. It's presented as a real physical stressor. The example is James, 73. Physically healthy, kept in touch with family weekly, saw friends now and then, but he started experiencing rapid cognitive decline.
And the connection was?
A specialist apparently identified his gradual withdrawal from more regular social engagement after retirement as a key factor. That lack of consistent, close interaction was, according to the video, creating this chronic stress state that was directly damaging his brain. He just hadn't linked not seeing people regularly with his actual health deteriorating.
That's profound. Okay, so if just occasional calls aren't enough, what's the fix? What does the video recommend for connection?
It proposes what it calls the 3-connection system, aiming to hit different types of interaction each week.
3 types. Okay, what are they?
1. At least one meaningful one-on-one interaction, like a proper, deep conversation where you really connect with someone.
Okay, quality time. 2.
2. Participate in a group activity. A class, a club meeting, a community event. Something where you're part of a collective.
Being around others. And 3.
3. Create a purpose-driven interaction. This is about contributing, maybe volunteering, mentoring someone, being involved in a cause. The video really emphasizes this one, suggesting it has potentially the most powerful anti-aging benefits because it provides meaning and connection.
Meaningful one-on-one, group activity, purpose-driven contribution. Weekly.
That's the goal presented. The suggestion is maybe start with one this week, add another next. The core idea is that our brains and bodies are literally wired to thrive on these kinds of regular, varied social interactions, and they suffer physically without them.
Wow. It really paints a picture of health being about so much more than just diet and exercise, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. It connects the physical, the mental, and the social in really crucial ways.
Okay, so let's just quickly recap those 6 hidden dangers from the video transcript. Chronic dehydration sneaking up on you.
Silent inflammation from everyday foods.
Doing the wrong kind of exercise, focusing only on endurance maybe.
Nutrient depletion linked to necessary health treatments.
Ignoring sleep quality even if you get enough hours.
And the often underestimated silent damage of social isolation.
Each one presented as causing the slow, hidden damage over time. But, and this is key, the video also offers specific, actionable things you can do about each one.
Right. It's not just doom and gloom. It's pointing out potential pitfalls and then offering concrete escape roads, so to speak.
And the overall message seems to be, this isn't just about ticking off more birthdays, is it? It's about improving vitality, feeling better, really adding, as they say, life to your years.
Exactly. And the encouragement isn't to get overwhelmed by all 6 at once. The video suggests maybe just pick one thing that resonated.
Yeah, like start with the SIP system today or plan one meaningful connection this week.
Right. Start small, add another step tomorrow or next week. Imagine the cumulative effect over even just a month. The video really urges people not to let these hidden factors make them just another statistic.
It definitely gives you a lot to think about, all these different facets of aging well that maybe aren't always top of mind.
It does. Which leads to a final thought, really, for you listening. Considering all these potential hidden factors we've discussed, the water, the food, the exercise type, nutrients, sleep quality, connection, which one of those 6 areas feels like maybe the most surprising or perhaps the most relevant area for you personally to start focusing on to boost your own health and vitality?